Hey family, happy Monday. I am so excited to be able to just offer you some encouragement as you start your week to hopefully set you up for success this week. This is something that has been coming up in my personal study and has just been really encouraging to me, but this is in Philippians chapter 2. And as Paul is writing what I'm about to read to you, he is writing to the Philippian church and talking to them about what it looks like to strive for the gospel and to conduct their lives in a way that exemplifies who Jesus is. And he's talking a lot about unity in the church. And he says in chapter 2, verse 5, starting at verse 5, have this attitude or have the same mind in yourselves, which was also in Christ Jesus. And he goes on to explain that Jesus, although he existed in the form of God, he didn't regard equality with God as something to be grasped. And he uses words like Jesus emptied himself and he took on the form of a bondservant. He humbled himself and he was obedient to the point of death. And then he goes on to say in verse 9, he says, for this reason also God highly exalted him. So in this world, in this Roman world that the Philippians were used to, this Roman world that was surrounded by dominance and power and authority, and those were the things that people strived for, Paul is saying, be humble, be like Jesus, be obedient, be a servant. And he's saying that in the context of striving for the gospel and living our lives in a way that is exemplifying who Jesus is, but also in a way that is allowing the church to be united. And so this week, my encouragement to you is to take on the likeness of Jesus, to be humble, to be obedient, to be a servant, so that we can not only be lights to the world, but that we can become a better and more unified church.